Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black, and if it's Tuesday, it's a Strat Attack show. We get in the urban assault vehicle and see what's going on. So, SPY, we finally coming in a little bit. If you go to the monthly, you'll notice we haven't had a 2 down since a year ago March on the month. We haven't had a 3 month since last September, but here we go. So right now, closer to coming down here, closing out today near the lows. So you see this here, SPY, just these big red bars here coming down on the weekly. See this, taking out last week's lows, still 2 and down after last week's 2-2 reversal, setting up a potential outside month. If you go to QQQ, also taking out last week's lows, got some distance on that month though, here. So got this a long way down, so we'll see if we can get that going. So we closed out today. It's an inside day, so we'll see if that can get some more stuff going to the downside. Obviously, a lot of the signals are triggering to the downside on the monthlies and weeklies right out the chute. And if we go here, one of the things I like to show you, well, let's get to the diamonds and small cappers. First, Dow Jones diamonds. Here, 1 bar Rev Strat outside day today to the downside, and we've already known that the diamonds took out last month's lows here below 347.11. So that's still below that number. You got problems for the Dow Jones as well. If we go to small cappers, still potential 1 bar Rev Strat monther inside month and then coming back through. Not totally getting clobbered just yet, but takes out the last week's lows after last week's 2 up, 2 down reversal. Still trying to continue on that. But one of the things I like to look at here is when we go to the scans, and you're going to see this here. Bring the scan down here. And so, if I go here and I scan for, who's taking out last month's highs, right? I don't know who's taking out last month's highs. What you're going to see here is pretty much a who's who of nobody. You do have Tesla. We'll get to some of the stuff in a second. But you can see most of this is just garbage, right? There's not much in here. EXC, stuff like that. So if you go to the downside, you see a little bit of a different story. Who's taking out last month's lows, right? So here you're going to see Comcast, you see Oracle, CLF, X, Verizon, Merck, CSX, Twitter, Bristol Myers, all this kind of stuff. So you can see it's pretty broad-based over there as comparatively, IBM. So we can get to some of that stuff here in a second. If we go to, not too much upside here, but if we go to Facebook, Facebook's still an inside week on the highs. Now it's red, but now you have an inside day. So we want to look to see if there's any bastions of strength, if they're going to pull this stuff up. So you can see this. Facebook's still holding up in here as the inside day. But if we get the 2-1-2, they could break the week as well and start joining the puker party. If you go to Deckers, and Deckers, nice day today, and Deckers doing this on the week. On the few, the proud, the 2-2 reversal to the upside. And if that continues, you can get your outside month to the upside in Deckers for Uggs. Tesla, not doing much, but it is taking out last month's highs. So it's just kind of sitting there, but it's not crapping out really with the rest of them. You see, it had this shooter that it took, but then it reclaimed it for the week. So not totally dead yet as Tesla. But now we'll see if we get the 2-2-2 back down, or if it can hold up. But Tesla's still holding above last month's highs. If we go to AUPH. AUPH, you've been watching this for a while, and you don't see too many of these. A monthly, nice, long, and green. Not this month, anyway. If you go to the weekly, with that inside week to the upside last week, still working. It's just some short-term exhaustion risk by going to some highs. Go to Airbnb, and Airbnb not falling apart here either. Potential failed Rev Strat, Randy Jackson. Inside week goes up and then comes down, but retakes it. So it gapped down yesterday, and then went 2 up. So airbag and bag still hanging around. And once again, you'll see that on your list when you see here, taking out last month's highs, 3 months of highs in here. All right, so we'll see. If we go to Texas Instruments, not doing a whole bunch, but you can see this, taking out 3 hammer months and staying up there on a day like today. A little gap and sitter up in here, but you're still taking out those highs. If we go to DOCS, and DOCS, inside day, and still red on the week, but we'll see if we can take that because you're taking out last month's highs. So we'll watch that inside day, but so far not cratering with the market. We go to ASAN. ASAN, inside day. Exhaustion risk by powering into new highs, but we still like to look for these nice long red and green bars, and that's certainly a nice long green bar. If we go to FSLR coming up here in the month, you can see bright green in the month, a little bit more to take out these highs up into here. And stalls out a little bit on the day today, but we'll keep an eye on it going forward. Green week, green month. If we go to the team, and the team triangles them out here, and now these two become an outside bar of that. You just exhaustion risk into the highs as it does this. 1 bar rev strat weaker. If we go to TSEM, Tower Semiconductor, here taking out all these weeks highs into here in the month. Here taking out that hammer. Had a nice day today, so something got it going there. So we'll see if that follows through at all. The downside, well, lots to look at here so far. Apple, inside day to the downside, and that's like, watch that obviously with the NASDAQ, but you got the potential here, that outside monther, and that would be taking this out. 144.50, so you got a little bit more on that if they want to keep taking it down. And just keeping an eye, make sure it stays below the last week's lows of 148.70. So you're there right now, just barely. If you go to Eastman Chemical, and Eastman's having a rough one here, and you can see this monthly here. Inside month to the downside, and had a real rough day. This was in the weekend vid, and boom, down she goes. If you go to Big Tex, TEX, this was also in the weekend video, looking for this. The inside month, the poke up, 2-2 reversal, rev strat here, below 46.42. If we go to STX, the 2-2-2 monther shooter counters hammer, below 84.64, still there. That tells you to watch Western Digi as well. Western Digi taking out last month's lows, also having some problems there. If we go to the Dow stuff, you got IBM. IBM going inside month to the downside here, triggered by the inside day down. So still month and downer for IBM here, below 137.21. Also Honeywell here. There's your 2-2 reversal back down. And you can keep an eye on this little daily try up into here. Oops. Sorry, the weekly. There you go. Come on, boy. Get it. All right. If you go to Nike, and Nike still monthly. That's a 2 up, 2 down reversal in Nike. Autodesk, I forgot to write that down. Autodesk, you can keep an eye on this thing too. This thing's been really hurting. Daily. Go inside day. Inside day. There we go. And so Autodesk has got your 2-2 monther. We've been knowing about that one for a while. Also Triple M in the Dow. Having a tough one once again, taking out 5 months of lows. So still having all sorts of problems with them. If we go to Cat Tractor, the 2-2-2 month downer, below 203.21. You're there right now. Cat. How's John Deere with that? John Deere still got a little room to go 3, or AGCO. Going after that here, taking out these lows. So AGCO with the Cat below 126.95. You're not quite there at this point. If we go to let's go to Johnny Jan. Johnny Jan shooter. Boom. Monthly shooter and down, and this has been just real nice here. Boom. So that's still good. Johnny Jan coming down. And you got the XLV going inside day today. Keep an eye on that. So you got other drugs like Lilly here. 2-2 reversal month. Merck. Taking out 3-2 to the downside. Bristol Myers here. 2-2 reversal month, coming back through all this stuff. So a bunch of those guys over there having some issues. If we go to ZM over last month with the 2-2 reversal, it's just staying weak, and now hopefully you can get the measured move out of the weekly. the down inside week, and boom, take it right back down towards the lows. It was nice on the daily too, if you were watching this here. This was an inside day, exhaustion risk in the highs, and boom, Strat day down yesterday, and then continues by breaking the week. If we go to general dynamics on the week, here, 2 up, 2 down, shooter week, and that tells us to keep an eye on. There you go, LMT. There you go, Northrop Grumman. So these guys all still weak as well. If we go to VFC, retail, and VFC, inside month to the downside with Ross Stores and the retail. Also inside month and down for you. If we go to Capital One. Capital One, still the Strat week monther here. And they tried them out, but good on the daily. I think it's going back up. 3-day, boom, back through all this stuff. And that tells us maybe look at DFS. Here's an outside day, working on the 2-2 monther. And Visa, here after last month's 2-2 still going, and now you're slightly weakened down, and that tells you to watch MA as well. Still an inside week, so we'll see if that break reconfirms that. If we go to Agilent, letter A, 2-1-2 weaker to the downside. It's got a long wait if it's going to be a 3 on the month there, but it is inside the week to the downside as of right now, and an inside day for hopefully down sideways measured move. If you go to Chewy, and Chewy holds its gap lower and keeps puking, and that's still got some room here to take all this stuff out in the month. Pivot machine gun, 2 up, 2 down, back to previous range. Chewy. We also know that the rails and the transports. So if the transports here now trying to take this inside month to the downside, 247.16. You're there, trannies, and we know that it's been the rails. CSX, 222 month, Union Pac, Norfolk Southern. Here, FedEx, all having problems. FedEx we've known about for a while. That's 4 months coming down. So FedEx, all those trannies having some problems inside month and down for the transports. So the airline's kind of hanging around. But we'll see if they start to reconfirm by taking out this month. United Airlines and all the rest of the gang there, if they're going to really take down the transports. If you go to Snappy, Snap trying to go 3-2-2 month here below 69.90, so you get a little more room on that. But right now, you're an inside week to the downside, and today, inside day to see if we get the measured move and start puking back to all that kind of stuff. If we also go to DraftKings from the weekend vid, and that is Strat weaker. Inside, boom, coming back down through, so we'll see if there's more carnage to that. If we go to TTD, your daily, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up. They want to take that down. Because TTD, we know here on the month, is a 2 up, 2 down reversal on the month, TTD. And if there's one group that's having some problems, is ITB, home builders going 2-2 on the month down here, taking this out, 70.05, right? And so that tells us we're going to be looking like DHI. Here, that's taking the month line, 2-2 month down, Pulte. Pulte, inside month to the downside, and this was alerted to us because it was gap down, and then Momo Shooter keeps going, all right? It's going to tell us maybe Lennar here, so we can go across the board there. So home builders having a tough one. There's 2 up, 2 down, like so. So we did have some of these inside days, like I said, Facebook and a few others today, like QQQ, NVIDIA, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see if they're going to firm up, that's what would happen. You have to have some signals start going to the upside, which right now we don't have as we go out towards the lows of the day. All right, so you're nowhere to and up. So if you're going to turn this baby around, you're going to have to either go inside day or set up the compound 3 by taking it out, or dare I say go 2 up, but we'll see. That's why we play the game. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black, Strat Attack Show.